Alrighty, my connection seems to be better today, so let's try this again. I have no idea what my audio is like though. Working on my Mutalith Vortex Beast. As you can see, I've been blocking colours in so far. They're pretty much at the shading highlighting stage. I have not done any work. I haven't done any work on this yet though. I have no idea what I want to do with it. I'll work it out at some point, but that's going to be the last thing I do. But what I think now in my mind, like, I would like to do the horns and all that first, but I also know that, as you can see there, like, my hand's going to keep getting caught on it, which is going to rub the paint off the tips. So I think they need to be the last thing I do. So then it'll be the green, the purple, or the off-white, the cream. I guess we'll start with the cream. I think I want to do some recess shading. So let's put that aside because there's no cream on that. Do I use a shade or do I go Tomb King Tan? I think a shade would be better. If you hear snoring, it's my dog. I really hope my audio is okay. I have no way to check it, but I guess if someone comes in, they'll let me know. Do I go wash? So for all, let me get a brush. That brush will do. I also washed and conditioned my brushes last night, so I need to make sure I clean them out properly before we start. I haven't decided what I want to do for all these little damage parts. Like, so you've got them there, you've got them on the green, but you've also got them on, like, the horns and stuff. And, like, my first thought was to do it red. So it's damage where then you can see, like, a light red tint sort of thing. So you can see the blood coming through, but that's not going to work on the horn here. Although maybe I should do more of that horn green. No, I like where it's at. So my next thought is that I just do them a darker colour, and if I'm going to do that, then I think it's a shade that I need to use now. Shade them and then just use it to shade the edges, the deeper spots here. I'm worried about using a shade. We'll give it a shot. We can always go paint over it again later if we need. Why not? Alrighty. Have a soft tone here somewhere? I do. So we'll use our soft tone from Fnatic. Oh, I'm going to paint a Fnatic range. Oh, I'm getting warnings on my connection again. Hopefully it holds up. Guess we'll see. But let's paint. And if it doesn't hold up, well, bad luck. You'll just have to see it when it comes out as a video, if I ever get this thing finished. What brush do I want? All my synthetic brushes. Let's go. That's size 2 will be alright. So, just thin it down a little bit, just using the water that's coming through on the wet palette. And I'm not gonna do an all over wash, we're just gonna let it go into the recesses a bit. I have my hand in the right spot, sort of. Finding big models on camera is a pain in the butt. Don't worry too much if you make any mistakes, because it's easy enough to tidy it up later. We'll be doing highlighting anyway. But try to be neat. Save yourself a little bit of effort. That horn's in a really awkward spot. So with big models like this, I like to just sort of pick like either a section or like a direction to work. Especially when I was blocking all the horns and that in, I did that in sections. If you're watching this, don't worry, I will be doing a video on this, and I'll go into more detail in that at some point during the video. Probably when I do the horns, funny enough. But yeah, you just sort of working in sections means you're less likely to miss something. So I'm just sort of doing up to this horn is my plan for the first section. Might as well do all of this, I think. There's a bit much on the brush. Let's just try to push that where we want it, clean it up a little bit. Well, that's fine, that's going to need to be cleaned up later. Not a big deal. If anyone comes in and tells me my audio is shot, that'd be great. Or tells me how my audio is anyway. Too much on the brush again. I really wonder if you guys can hear my dog snoring, because she is pretty loud. Alright, well, that's the first section done. Once we do, it's a bit dark. That's alright. Once we do some highlighting, it'll look good, I think. We'll keep going. One of the wonderful things about painting is if you end up not liking it, you can just paint over it. Go less diluted in this part because that should be pretty dark, I feel like. So we'll take some from up there that I've not been mixing into the water much. Get all these little dots. Oops, that was more than I wanted. Got some of that back, please. Thank you. Not as much on your brush, dumbass. There we go. That's still not great. That's fine, whatever. I won't tell anyone. God damn it, I'm stupid. Keep making the exact same mistake over and over again. You'd think at some point I'd learn. That should look better. Going back to the sections I was talking about before, I figured this part I'm just doing all these dots first, then I'll do the back section. Oops. Oh, that needs to be. Do I have? I do have. You really need another coat. That's not good. You're a bit watered down too. That's fine. We'll leave those dots for a minute and we'll come back to them once that's had a chance to dry. Alright, now we want paint on our brush. Again, load up the brush a bit. So, in here. Find an angle that I can get it in there. Lots of handshakes today. Good thing I'm not working on anything too detailed today. Apparently there's a viewer. If you're watching, let me know what my audio is like. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear my dog snoring? Not quite sure what I do if you don't respond at all, because then I don't know either way. If it's because of my audio or you're just lurking. Oops, that's not dry. It's alright. Time to start on that front section. Need more paint on my palette though. Chat doc. There you go. Why is it being shitty? I'll deal with that later. Whatever. I need to get, if I'm gonna stream, I need to get like Streamlabs or something. OBS is a pain in the butt. But since this is like only my second or third stream that actually is working and my connection's mopping dog shit, we'll take it. I'll work it out over time. Once again, I'm loading up my brush, but I'm just watering it down a fair bit, using the wet palette to do so. I'm not trying to be neat, but I'm not overly worried, because we will fix it up during the highlighting stage if we need to. I do wonder if I should have maybe just added a little bit of red to the wash. That way the deep spots get a bit of a red tint. I think I like that idea. I wonder if it's too late. Because then it just gives the look of the blood showing through. Add some life, more like life to it. What I might do, I might do this first, and then we'll give it a shot. Break out one of my red tones, or maybe like the magenta tone. Stupid horns. Alrighty, let's give it another minute to dry, and then let's try adding a little bit of red tint to it, shall we? I'll do that. Have a drink quickly. See? Why is it showing that? I might go with the magenta tone. Maybe. If I use that really watered down and run it back in that same spot. Reddish tint. I hope that's not too fucking loud. Give it a shot, shall we? Let's put you here. I'm going to water you down over a fair bit, I think. Do I water it down or do I use contrast medium? No, I think we'll water it down. I think watering it down is fine. Yeah, that'll work. Let's give that a shot, shall we? Let's do it. Let's do it under, because it'll be harder to see if I don't like it that way. Clean that up. I do like the reddish tint a bit, but I think it's almost too red. Let's try it here. So that's not dry yet. Maybe I watered it down a bit much. I like it, but I don't know. It feels too red. A little bit. There you are. We'll go with it. Let's go with it and see how it looks when we've done a bit more. Oops. Lots of spots are going to need touching up if I can't bloody handle my brush control a bit better here. Now I really like the red for those dots. I wonder if I try it for the green. Although I'll need to use like I think I'd need to use an actual paint for the green. I don't think. Let's have a look. The red's not going to show up, right? It's not going to show as red from using a wash. Let's fix that one up. That's pretty stupid. I'm not happy about how messy those holes are. I'll have to tidy them up later. A little bit more on my palette. Missed some holes here. Down first. Be a good idea. Previous wash isn't dry in this spot yet. Not fully dry anyway. At least I'm a bit heavier with it. Oh, that's fine. It'll just mix a bit better. Should probably actually give a better look than what I'm getting everywhere else. I also didn't do on the sides here. Oops. Stupid horn. Get out the way. That's a bit thicker than it needed to be. I like the red, but I definitely need some cleaning up. So we'll give that a minute. Don't headbutt the freaking light. Give that a minute to dry, and then we're going to tidy that all up a bit. The washers can go back away. Ancient stone. I do need to watch my camera battery. I can't have it plugged in when I'm streaming. So, at some point, I'm going to have to end the stream just because I don't have any battery left. I use my size 2, I think. Alrighty, let's just tidy this up a little bit. Not worried too much about the raised parts that are going to be highlighted. I just want to tidy up these lines a bit. Once again, I'm going to work in sections here, so like the front part, work my way back on one side. Why's my paint being so dry? spend some time working on this brush, try to get it back to a decent state. Especially since it's a freaking, what's it called, Artist Opus brush, whatever. Yeah, fairly expensive. If I can save it, I'd rather save it than have to buy another one. I should be able to save it. That's the advantage of real hairbrushes. They're way easier to save, more durable. Just working in my way down from front to back, clean up any of my fails, because brush control's overrated apparently. I think just trying to paint a big model on camera really hits your brush control hard, because like you need to try to hold it in a spot on the camera where you can be seen, and then you need to have your hand out from in front of the camera so you're not, and all that's already difficult enough on smaller models, but then you add a bigger model, you're sort of shrinking this area you can work in. It's like this angle that I'm painting on now is not really a comfortable angle, but it means I can do the work and it being on the camera. I really hope my audio is working. Could you imagine if I'd just been sitting here yabbering away about all this shit and people can't actually hear me? I should open my own stream and test. Check it. That'd be the smart thing, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll do that in a minute. Let's keep working on this part first, and then we let that dry. Senate Wolf, yes, there are extra bits in the kit. It can be built as the Mutalith Vortex Beast or the Slaughter Beast, I believe, and you can sort of mix and match whatever you want. So I went with obviously the actual MVB build, which is the tentacle face instead of like the actual head. And then it has that part which will go in the back, which I haven't even started on yet. It's a cool kit. I'm pretty keen to get it painted and get it on the table. It's one of the things with Thousand Suns is you're not lacking in centerpiece models. You've got Magnus, which you know, if you want to be even semi-competitive, you've got to run the MVB. And at the moment, I feel like people are running, you know, 2 or 3 MVBs, which I don't know if I'll do. But if I don't do that, I'm going to run like some Demon Princes, because they're something I can use for both my Zinch Demons as well as my Thousand Suns. Yeah, it's a cool kit. It's definitely fun. Of course, it's being a big kit, it's going to be time consuming to get onto the table, but that's how it works. Is there a random ass hair on my brush? I can't remember where I put the other sprues. Or I could. Actually, I think I know. Once I finish doing these touch-ups, I'll grab the other sprues so you can see the leftover bits if you'd like. Pretty sure I know where I put them. See, that's just me being all like, haha, now you have to hang around and give me more watch time. I'm all over these YouTuber tricks. Can I up my audio maybe? Looks full there. It's possible my mic's facing the wrong way too. Let's see how that goes. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. I'm also talking a bit quiet because I'm not quite used to talking to a microphone while I'm painting. It feels weird, to be honest. I will have to get over that part. Ow. Don't stab me. But thank you for letting me know how my audio is going. I guess one bright note is if my audio is quiet, you can't hear my dog snoring, because she is still going. Does not want to stop snoring. Maybe I need to get a sleep study for her. That's what you do when people snore, right? Get a sleep study, be like, hey, stop snoring. Put on this machine. What's it called? CPAP machine. Awesome. Alright, yeah, my mic was facing the wrong way. Sorry. I am bad at this streaming stuff. Thank you for giving me the feedback though. Oops, that was a bit deeper than I needed it to be. I don't know. I swear sometimes I spend more time touching up stuff than I do actually painting new colours. Don't throw your brush away. Yes. She's sleeping under my computer desk, which is off to my right. So I can hear her snoring perfectly well. But hopefully the mic's not picking her up. Sleepy puppy. Not that she's a puppy. Her and her brother are like 8 years old now, but they still act like puppies. So what do you collect? Xena? Is that right? Xena? We'll go with Xena. Or Wolf. We'll go with Wolf. Wolf works. What armies do you collect, Wolf? Alright. Well, we'll let that dry. Give me a minute and I'll see if I can find the sprues and I'll show you what else comes on it. dodge the dogs. So yeah, it's the can build the slaughter brute as well. Yeah, I think dogs just don't grow out of being puppies. Why is that so dusty? Ew. So yeah, it comes with just an actual head that you can make, and then I believe the arms go on instead of the horns at the front, if I remember right. I have a picture of it here somewhere. Yeah, so that's what the sort of slaughter brute looks like. Different face, different thing on the back. Has no tail. And then the little arms at the front. So that's the other thing you can build from the kit. It's got lots of like random swords and that you can put on the back, which is pretty cool. Semi-tempted to put some of them onto this one, but probably too late now. Yeah. Alrighty. So now we've done that touching up, I think we'll start highlighting there. So I'm just going to go one step down on the light neutrals, I think. So we'll go to brony spikes next. Let's just water the paint down a little bit, thin it down. That's fair. If it wasn't for painting, I wouldn't be in the hobby at all. I enjoy playing and I enjoy collecting the armies, but like painting is why. Like I'll paint, you know, some weeks 20 hours a week in the week, and then I'll play maybe 1 or 2 games a month if I'm lucky. So it's just, yeah, the real hobby for me is the painting. Playing's fun, get to hang out with a mate, have a game. But yeah, I do enjoy painting armies though. Nothing I like more than seeing a fully painted army on the table. It just looks good. So I'm just starting the highlights here. I'm not going to do too much highlighting, I think, on the under part here, just because it would mostly be in shadow. But we obviously want to give a bit of definition, especially on this side where his arm's going to be up. So I'll do more highlighting on this side than I will the other side or the under. But want to just give it a little bit of definition. Helps the model pop that bit more, especially because it's going to be like one of your centerpieces in the army. So what are your favourite models to paint then, Wolf? I should leave that, otherwise I'm going to break the paint and create texture. Definitely want to do up here a little bit. Shame that so much of this is in shadow, because this is like the sort of stuff that's really nice to highlight. It's nice and easy, nice and big. It definitely needs to be highlighted, doesn't it? Highlight along the top. Ah, cool. Yeah, I've never been good at kit bashing. It's one of those things I want to get better at, but I just don't know. I don't enjoy the building side of things that much, to be honest. I really like painting, but building is literally just what I have to do so I can paint. That's why sometimes you'll see sprue lines and shit on my models still, because I try to rush through it and then miss stuff. Really want to highlight more of this, but there's no point. It's all in shadow. Fine. We'll go a step up for the stuff that's we'll actually see a little bit of light, but that'll be it. So, just going another step up to pale sand. Once again, everything I'm using is just the Army Painter Fanatics at the moment. Water that down a bit. Really is a shame. Could do some awesome highlighting on that stuff, but it's fine. I'm going to get tired of highlighting green by the end of this model, so lots of green to highlight. Alright, so we want to highlight everything along here. Dioramas are cool. That's something I really want to do, like an armies on parade entry at some point. I've been saying for the last few years that I want to do one. I just haven't actually done one. But yeah, that sort of storytelling you can do with the models in a diorama, that's awesome. And it's something I'd really like to give a shot one time. Especially if it's like when you're doing it for like one of your armies or something, and you'll have, I always feel like you end up with units that just end up being awesome. Like, you know, a particular dwarf warrior that always seems to be like the last one left and then holds out for 2 turns and things like that. And if you can do like a diorama showing that, it's just cool. And the reason I got into Warhammer as a kid was like, you know, just imagining these epic moments. And yeah, dioramas let you show those epic moments. It's cool. That can be highlighted a little bit too. Oops. And then on this side, alrighty, I think that's about all the highlighting that's going to get done, which is a shame. Alright, what colour do I work on next? Maybe I'll do the purple. I think I want to do a red wash on that. Oh. Sorry about that. It'd be my phone going crazy. I think I want to do a red wash on this. And then highlight towards pink, but the red will give it... Piss off. Stupid people. Yeah, let's do a red wash on this purple stuff. Or the magenta wash again. Still have a little bit there. My synthetic brushes. Here's what I was using earlier. That one will work. Alright, let's just pick a spot to start and we'll work around it one tentacle at a time. Make sure we don't miss anything that way. Just bring a bit of the red tint into it. Yeah, I'm already liking that actually. I think that looks good. I'm going to do a pretty heavy wash because I want a lot of that red to show up in the sections there in the in-between parts. I do need to work out what I'm doing for like these saliva parts though at some point. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Yeah, I think that red's going to look good. Gonna fix up any of the patchiness later. That was a bit much, but that's fine. It's not actually red, it's magenta. But it's a sort of the magenta. It's funny. The Army Painter Fanatic. So the magenta wash is like a dark red, but then their magenta triad is actually this purple. It's like, so they have 2 different magenta shades in their collection. It's a bit confusing. But I do like the magenta wash for reds because it's like a dark dark red with like a purple tint. I think that's a better wash than just the normal red tone. To the point that I haven't actually bought the normal red tone for Fnatic. I still have the old War Paints one if I ever need to use it, but... that purple is, if I remember right, it's Warlock Magenta. So I used the Magentas from Fanatics, which are the same purples that I use for my rubrics. I don't know if you've watched any of my videos, but the rubrics video shows that purple really well, the magenta really well. I feel like I've seen your name comment. I feel like you've commented on some of my videos, or maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Your name sounds familiar, but I could be wrong. When I do because this will obviously eventually be a video, the Vortex Beast, and when I do, I'll of course have the paints in the description like I normally do, and I'll have them on screen like I normally do, so you'll be able to find it then. I'm hoping that I will have this ready for next week. If for next week's video, because I'm swapping to doing fortnightly videos. I was doing weekly videos and I did it for over 6 months, but like working full time and then trying to get the stuff painted and then get the video edited was just a lot to do. So I've swapped to fortnightly to give myself just a bit more breathing space. Hopefully make sure I don't burn out, because I am enjoying doing the videos for the channel. I don't want to burn out on doing them. But yeah, so hopefully my MVB will be next week's video. If not, it's going to depend on how far I get on it by tomorrow. If I feel like I'll be able to get it finished, I'll commit to it. If not, on Sunday I'll paint something else, something quicker, smaller and quicker. I'm considering doing flamers for my demons. I've sort of been having the itch to paint demons lately, and I'm thinking about using my airbrush a bit more for that. If I can find a freaking angle where I can record the airbrush better, because yeah, that angle in my Screamers video was absolutely terrible. But yeah, when this does go up, which will either be next Friday or a fortnight from that, all the paints will be in that description as normal. Ah, cool. So I'm not going crazy. You potentially have commented on my videos. That's good. I have like such a little bit left. I'll run out of the damn wash on my palette. How annoying. It's fine. Be like that. How rude. Alrighty, that's gonna need a little bit of time to dry before we start doing the highlighting on there. Highlight on that's gonna be weird. Let me respond to this message quickly. Let's put that aside so that wash can dry. Stand up. Alright. What do I do for the green? I feel like... What is it? There's all this dust on it. There you are. Is it dust or is it just where I've rubbed paint off while I've handled it? Yeah, I think it's just where I've rubbed paint off. Fair enough. What do I do for the green? I think I like the angel green as like the mid-tone, which means shading down, but I don't have a green that's darker than angel green. It's even the darkest in the deep greens. So I could do a wash. Do I have a green wash in Fnatic? I think I have to use the old wash. I don't like doing a wash on such big, although there's a lot of texture on it, so I think it'd actually hold alright. Do I do a wash? I think I do a wash. I think it's a wash. What if I do maybe a brownie wash instead? Not strong skin tone. Come here. Can I do strong tone? Try that over it. You know what? We'll give it a shot in a spot we can hide it and see how it looks. Fucking shit always drying on it. This might be. Get off my glove. guy. Where can I hide this? On the inside of his leg here. Can you guys see that alright? I think that's going to look alright. I think that'll be good. Let's go with that. I think I want a bigger brush though. Let's go to this one. Alright, well, working in sections since we've started on this leg. Work up to the knee. So many people messaging me when I'm streaming. When I'm not streaming, I'm not this popular. When I am streaming, everyone wants to chat to me apparently. They should come watch my stream and chat to me. I think it's important to work in sections like this. That way you can just work it carefully. You can handle any pooling as it happens. Nice and easy. I'm not really sure what happened there though. I don't remember doing any wash there. Some weird pooling that looks like it happened there. Bit of pooling there. Alrighty, let's see. What did she need? No worries, Wolf. Cheers for hanging out, mate. Catch you next time. Hope you enjoy the video when it comes out. I should probably mute my phone. I'm sure that sound is pretty freaking annoying. Let's move up to the tails here next time. When you're doing curves like this, just make sure it doesn't pull at the bottom there. It's where it wants to. You don't want to let it do that. No pulling happening. A little bit there. Let's pull it away from there a bit more. Oh, I gotta get better at keeping him in the fucking camera where you guys can see. Stupid ass big models. I need to get better at putting enough wash on my palette. There's that pulling at the bottom that I was talking about. Need to watch that. Alrighty, where we are now. Let's do this other back leg. Let's hit the toes too. I hit them on this side. I didn't think so. You got a bit of pooling there. Let's just make sure we're staying on top of that pooling. way out of freaking wash on my palette. I feel like I'm putting too much on, but I'm clearly not putting enough. There's a spot there that needs to be touched up later with the green. Because I don't believe in brush control, apparently. There's some pooling there. Make sure I fix that. Get a fair bit of pooling there. Just make sure you're staying on top of it. Don't let it get away from you, or it'll bother you later. Really wants to pull there. Alright, let's work out our next section here. I think we do this underarm part. Let's start from here. Let's do the underarm part on the other side. Just keep it consistent. Make sure we're not missing any spots. Nice and easy. Oh, let's be careful on that edge there. Don't want to discolor the off-white too much. What you doing, buddy? You gonna lay down? Join your sister in snoring too loud? Good boy. Then we'll do, I think, this up this half of the back. I feel like there's stuff that's supposed to go in there, in these grooves, but like when you do the Vortex Beast one, there's nothing that I saw. I might have to go back and revisit the instructions and check, because the grooves look very weird otherwise. And we'll do the shoulder too. Nice and easy. Bit of pulling there. Let's just... Don't want pulling or coffee staining, please. Ow. Stop stabbing me. And then we'll do the same on this side. Make sure we get some in here. Make sure we get some more on my palette. We should do this big one too, because it's going to need a bit of shading, and I think the strong tone's fine for it. So we'll hit that while we're here and thinking about it. Just trying to be a little careful with your handling of the spots that are already done. That's better. And finish all this off. Alrighty, where have we got pooling? Not a lot of pooling to worry about here. A little bit there, a little bit there. A little bit around that, and that. But definitely some there. Not too bad though. Alrighty, for the next section we'll do the front here, and then onto the arms. Alright, and then the arms, and then we're not actually finished because we still got the tentacle face part. Well, I'm not sure how much shading that'll need. We'll have a look at it shortly. Trying to find spots where I can hold this, where I'm not messing up what it's still wet. And in a shock to no one, I need to put more frickin' shade on my palette. Alrighty. Even doing like the arm as a section, I'm still also working in sections like on the arm. Because you just want to make sure. Ow, why is he so sharp? He needs to stop stabbing me. Yeah, just want to make sure there's no pooling. And once I do one section, I'll just go back and check the previous section. Because as it has time to sit, you might get a bit of pooling. You see the white tips on these sharp bits? The problem with these sharp stuff is like you'll rub the paint off. That's why I'm leaving all these horns and stuff to last, because I know that's going to happen. And I just need to be careful. That's why I think highlighting I'm going to do. I'll do the horns last, the green second last, and hopefully that'll mean I won't break too much shit and mess up too much of the paint as I'm working on it, but we're gonna have to see. Looking good. How's my battery looking here? Alrighty, let's do the last arm. Start from here. Let a lot in there. It's a lot of pulling in that part. Not great. some of that. That needs to come over this way. G'day, Silver. Silver's Scratch Build Productions. Interesting. What do you scratch build? Alrighty. That's our shade all over this part. Any pulling I need to save? A little bit there. Oops. Looks pretty good. Alright, I think I need to do a lighter on this. Once again, we're just gonna pick a spot and start working around from it. Ooh, I need to be careful because some of that is still wet somehow. So let's start from this tentacle and work our way around. Just on the green, not hitting, don't want to hit the red with this. Be a little careful when you're up to the green, going up close to the red. I don't think it needs too much, because I went pretty heavy with the red wash, so that took care of like the edge of the green there. So I'm not going to go all the way up to it if I'm worried that it's on a bad angle. Also doing a fairly light one here. There's not a lot of texture on these tentacles that I'm getting with this wash. Oh, I am getting some pooling down the bottom there though. I need to be careful about pooling in the middle there. I don't know if you can see. Can you see in the middle? You can't really. There's pooling in there from the red where I the magenta where I clearly wasn't paying enough attention. So that's not ideal, but that's fine. Mostly this wash is more about getting the green to the same tone as the rest of the green, since the rest of the green has had the wash over it. There's a little bit of texture like here that it'll pick out nicely, but it's not really necessary. So if I was just doing the tentacles and not worried about matching it to the body part, I would just pick those parts out manually rather than doing an all over wash here. But I want the tentacles to match the rest of the body, at least the green parts anyway. So that means an all over wash. It's a bit annoying actually. It seems to be pulling really easy on these parts. Even there. Really not happy with the pooling on the red. I did not check it properly. Although in the end it might not be so bad because it'll look like salivary sort of style. Maybe. We can hope. A little bit more. Which one are we up to? Let's get that pooling. Save the pooling. That's way back at the start. Let's work on this one. Get this one in the middle. Just finish him off. Alright, let's check for more pooling. Any more pooling that we can save? There is a bit there. Alright. That's done too. But my battery is getting flat, and I'm also getting hungry for lunch. So I think I'm going to end the stream there. There appears to be 2 people watching still. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give it a like. If you're not subscribed, why not hit that subscribe and get notified when I go live again. Thank you for watching, people.